Hi there, this is Jay with WebApp and you are an instructor that wants to get set up with half-screen training. If you'll visit webapp0.com, half-screen training debut, this post will enumerate some instructions for you. We'll scroll down to the section Setup Instructions for Instructors. You'll see that this is mostly a set of conventions that you can follow. Let's increase the font size here a little bit for these steps here so you can see it a little better. Okay, you'll want to follow the steps above for getting set up as a learner. That'll introduce you to all the concepts that you need to understand, as well as getting some software installed on your machine. Step 2, set your screen resolution to 1080p. This is a general recommendation for computer training. I use some software for this called SwitchResX. It's a preferences pane on the Mac, and you may want to look for an alternative if you're using Linux or Windows. I will say that this has been some pretty stable software for me, although it does take a little while to open up, as you just saw. This is the monitor that I'm using, and I can go under the current resolutions and I can select 1080p, as you see that I've already done in this video. Then I would switch back to the 2650 that my system is set at, and this monitor's native resolution is actually 3840 by 2160, but in the display's preferences, normally I have this middle one selected, this 2560 by 1440. So I'm scaling the resolution so that it looks like 2560 by 1440 usually. And then when I go into SwitchResX and select 1080p, it changes the appearance of it to 1080p. I will also point out that inside of ScreenFlow, if we open that up, in ScreenFlow you will have inside of your document, before you do your recording, there is a document settings, and you can change the document settings to be 1080p, and this will help you from having to resize your video afterward. So whatever video software you're using to do your recording, these little tips might help you out. Enough on that. Let's jump into step 3. Whenever possible, use only the left half of your screen for demonstrating computer-based training lessons. This is just a rule of thumb, and the reason why I have chosen the left-hand side of the screen is because that is where these file menus are, and typically these won't extend beyond the halfway point of the screen, so that your help menu is usually the last item, and it's usually within view, and that's nice. And this is the main reason why I chose. It was an arbitrary decision, and I think we should stick with that as much as possible. For exceptions to this rule, when you do need to show something in full screen, which happens, just say it out loud. Let the learner know that, hey, I'm going to be showing you some things in full screen right now, and that will let them, use their Alt tab to open to select the video player. So I would, go to select VLC like this, and that would bring the video player on to the top of my editor, and I would then be able to see everything that you're trying to show me if I were a learner following you. So step 4 is similar. If you're demonstrating a step during your recording, you might want to direct learners to pause the video so they can perform the step that you've just demonstrated. So it's just maybe even taking a breath and having a pause there where they have time to get to pause the video. And this step 4 is optional. You know, this is a stylistic issue, because if they've set up half-screen video training appropriately and they've got the keyboard shortcuts, they should be, most people will be pretty quick to be able to, you know, pause the video very quickly so that they can pause and rewind. And the whole point of this is so that you know, they're in control of when they want to pause the video. But if you want them to pause the video at a particular time, good to go ahead and direct them to do so when you want. Step number 5, provide a link to these setup instructions in every half-screen video you publish. And I have there a link that you can copy and paste. webappzero.com, half-screen training debut, with hyphens in between those last 4 words. And so please make sure that people know about half-screen training. If you're going to do half-screen training videos, that they know what it is. And if you want to do your own video on it, that's fine. Also, please help me improve this idea by considering filling out this survey. It's only 3 questions, and it shouldn't take you that long to do. Your feedback is very much appreciated and will be incorporated to the degree possible. That's it. If you have any questions, you can reach me at webappzero on Twitter. I very much look forward to hearing from you and collaborating with the community on this idea to improve it over time. This is Jay with Web App Zero. Thank you for watching this video, everyone, and have a great day.